Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and I'm happy to be back with the new video to share with you a little bit about my latest business that I launched this year, which is an Airbnb business, which is completely different from anything I've done in the past. And this video is to really give you like the behind the scenes story, but also hopefully some tips for you if you're interested in Airbnb. All right, so we bought, when I say we, my husband and I bought this apartment at the beginning of this year. And needless to say that it took us 1 year, yes, 12 months to actually sign the deed. So this is just to give you an idea on how long it can take in France. Like, it can take forever sometimes. But on this particular case, just because there were like too many people involved in the story and we needed the signature of each one of them. There were actually 9 inherents, which made the situation very complex, and it took 12 months. We bought the apartment in the 14th arrondissement because it's not so far from where we live, and we find the place very nice, very convenient, and there are a lot of shops, restaurants around the area. There is the tramway, the metro station, the RER, which is like a sort of like train, not too far from there, and then obviously buses, which makes the location super convenient for anyone coming to Paris. So we finally got the apartment at the beginning of the year, and for many months we were not sure what to do with it. I wasn't sure what to do with it, and months were passing by, and then I realized it's not super profitable to rent it like the classical way, because you rent it out throughout the year and it's not really super interesting. So I was like, maybe I'm gonna look into like doing Airbnb. And when I started researching Airbnb, I realized, yeah, we could be making more money, because in any case, we actually bought the apartment with some furniture and some equipment, meaning the washer, the dishwashing machine, the bed, the desk, and the big closets. So they were all there right from the beginning, which made it very convenient for us because we only had to complete what was missing. So obviously I've done research and I realized that it's more profitable to rent it the Airbnb way than the classical way. So for me, the choice was very clear. I didn't want to have too many people coming in, coming out. I mean, now I'm not a hotel, and this is not like my full-time activity. I have other things going on in my life. And I wasn't really ready at that point, and still I'm not, to outsource this part of like handing in the keys and then doing the cleaning, etc. So I'm still doing that part myself. I'll let you know a little bit more about it a bit later. But then I thought, okay, I'm just gonna do it the bail de mobilité, which means that I'm gonna get travelers who are staying for a minimum of a month, which means less damage to the apartment, less people coming in and out. Yes, less money, but at least I have a month sure of people staying in the apartment. As I told you, we got it at the beginning of the year and we didn't do anything with it for many months. And then one day I was like, okay, I need to get my act together. I'm giving myself a month to finish the furnishing and the decoration and everything. So I was like, a month from now, the apartment is going to be ready. The apartment wasn't ready at that point when I said it. But what I did, I still went to the apartment. I took some pictures, some mock-up pictures of the apartment. I put my own stuff there, like decoration, to make it look kind of nice. And I went back home and published the photos on Airbnb. And let me tell you, at that point, the apartment was not livable because there were some construction works that I needed to do in the bathroom. It was really ugly, so it needed like a layer of painting. So if anybody was actually booking that day, no, it wasn't ready. So I published the photos. The photos were not really beautiful at all, to be honest. I think I have some screenshots here for you guys. And I was like, well, I'm just gonna do it this way. During this time, while Airbnb is promoting my apartment, I'm just gonna do the decoration. And believe it or not, it actually worked. Meaning, even before I had the newest pictures and the final decoration, I already had my booking. So I gave myself a month, but within that month, I got my first booking for somebody who was coming in 10 days later, which was really worked out perfectly. So when I got his reservation, I was like, oh my God, like this is real now. I need to get my act together. And then I started shopping and I realized there were so many decisions to make while shopping. You know, like when you're shopping for yourself, it's different than from shopping for somebody else. I found the process of shopping very overwhelming, making decisions for somebody else using the stuff. And I made an announcement on a Facebook group that I was looking for an interior designer whom I found, and she came in and she gave me her quote. We started working together. And then one day she just ghosted on me. She just disappeared. She was not responding anymore. Many days later, she started responding, but it was too late because I already started making the purchases online. But I found like that process really overwhelming. Too many things to buy in a short period of time, and I'm not like an interior designer or decorator. So I was like there needs to be a vibe in the apartment, which I wasn't clearly talented for. But I made it work. I bought a lot of stuff, and I think it was around, I mean, I bought a lot of stuff, but still it was on budget because, as you know, it's not a good idea to spend a lot of money on an Airbnb because somebody else could break your stuff, damage your stuff, which happened later on, which I'll tell you about. So overall, I spent around 1,000 euros, which is like super budgety. I went to stores like Jiffy, like Zara Home, H&M Home, Maison du Monde, Action. So these are the shops that are around my house, and some of them they're not around my house, but I bought also on the internet. And IKEA, obviously, like we always buy from IKEA. There were also some repairs to be done. So as I told you, in the bathroom, so I had to hire somebody who came in, who did the repairs. Obviously, I had the guy from the internet, and actually the internet was the first thing we installed, like even before buying anything or fixing anything. Like everybody needs internet, so I needed to make sure internet was the first thing that was connected and hooked and done. So when you do your ad on Airbnb, they ask you for a price, and that's another question that I wasn't sure of. But Airbnb helps you, give you an idea on the other similar apartments in the same arrondissement. So I decided not to be too low because I realized, I mean, this is a beautiful apartment. It's very convenient. It's in a residence. It's guarded and very quiet. So I thought I would give like a normal price for that area. But obviously there is a discount because people have to book for 30 days and over. So they get like 30% off. The first person that came to my apartment, his name was Thibaut. He was coming from outside of Paris for training, and he was just coming alone. He was such a sweet guy because when he left the apartment like perfect, just as I handed it to him. He stayed for like 7 weeks, and he also left me a very sweet comment, which I appreciated. And I think the good thing about Airbnb is that we comment on each other. Like they leave me a review, I leave them a review. Obviously, I left him a very nice review because he just deserves it. So one day before Thibaut left, I had no booking and I was starting to stress out. Oh my God, like I don't want to have any holes in my calendar. But one day before he leaves, I get a reservation and I accepted it. And the person came a day after Thibaut left, and she came with her husband and son, which she did not mention of in the reservation. So that's something that you need to look out for because sometimes they have extra people and they want they don't tell you about them. So she came in, she stayed for a month and a half, and then she extended her stay. This second traveler was okay, but she left some damages in the apartment, meaning the closet got derailed, and it was perfectly functioning before. There was some missing pillows. There was like a bed sheet that got discolored. It was like first white and now it's pink. I don't know what to do with it. And things like that. And some things like some spoons were missing. So I found that annoying because like you don't want to deal with this kind of situation. And needless to say that this person unfortunately did not leave me any review, which I found that kind of like frustrating because every time she was calling me, I sort of like answered her request and I did what she wanted. So I overgave myself, but she did not write anything, and then she left the apartment in a sort of like not so okay state. So there are a few things that I would like to do in the future. Probably have this lock code, so new travelers can just come in, punch a code, and enter the apartment without me having to be there, because there was this situation when I was traveling during 2 weeks. I did not leave the keys to anyone, so I couldn't take any reservation. And yes, so that's money kind of like lost. So in the future, I would probably do this lock code thing, or maybe install like a box where I could leave the key and they need to enter a code and get the key out of. So that's one thing for sure that I would like to do. Oh, and I forgot. And one thing that I like the least is definitely the ironing part. I still need to find a solution for it, because when a traveler leaves, there's a lot of laundry to be done, which is fine. I just put it in the washing machine. Sometimes, which was the case with the second traveler, I found like stains, like mascara stains, and it's very difficult to take them off. So I need to find a solution to clean all that, make it sparkling clean, and at the same time iron it very fast. Maybe I need to have like doubles, so that I don't spend so much time getting the linen ready for my guests, because you know, ironing takes so much time and it's not my forte. It's not something that I enjoy, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm all sweaty, it's not for me. But yeah, I think I need to install a system. For now it's still fine because I'm not doing like short-term stays, you know, I'm not doing like 3-4 day 1 week stays. Generally, people book for around 6 weeks, which is perfect. So I see them the first day and I see them the last day 6 weeks later, which makes, you know, which is perfect. But sometimes I may get check-ins on the same day of people leaving, in which case I need to have, you know, the linen ready for the new guests to come in, because I won't have time to wash and iron all that stuff, which I hate. Alright guys, so I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, definitely let me know down below. And if you've been to an Airbnb before, definitely let me know what you generally look for that makes all the difference for you in an Airbnb. Also, there is a code down below if you want to make your first Airbnb booking. I think you get a discount. Check it out, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye!